everybody to the A.I.P channel where anything is possible on our special Old Hallows Eve. There we go. Oh. Yep. There we go. We are live on YouTube. I know that.
We are live on YouTube. Okay. How long is that going to last, Mr. Ricky Pike?
Facebook. We are live on Facebook.
Oh, my God. We're live on Facebook. Let me get on there and send that out right now.
And let's check the
A.I.P. Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
We're checking all our stuff. You know, we lose these sometimes. All right, it's showing us live. There we go. We're live on Rumble, live on Facebook, and we are
live
on Twitter. So, hell, that's good enough there.
It's good enough for me.
Yeah, let's get this fun show started here. Yeah, welcome everybody. We are, as always, we're still learning and we're processing. As you see, we got a little costumes going on tonight. Cause you know, it's Halloween. You know, we got to have a little fun. I got my belt on right now, and
you look like a champion, Mr. Ricky.
There
Pike.
we go. That's it. Got my hair, my flocks going here. I don't know what to do
you
with
are
hair.
Champion,
I haven't had hair in a long time. You know, it's kind of messing me up here. We got Wally's World and Sweets in the chat.
Man, Sweets is back.
Nice.
She's always here. It's not like she's back. She's the dedicated. I'm there.
She's 100. 100. Sweets, what up?
Now, Ricky, do we have the ability to monitor all chat like you do?
I'm floating through the thing because the way I had it set up, you just had to have each one pulled up.
Okay.
I had it before, but it wouldn't let me go set up live beforehand, you know, like let people know kind of 30 minutes ahead. So to do it this way, there are some chat.
So does Rumble show up, Ricky? Didn't you say Rumble don't?
No, Rumble won't. If somebody pops up on Twitch or a couple of others, I forget what I got on Restream.
Rumble's always popping. I need to get Rumble in a second screen open over here. Let's go over here to anything is possible and get Rumble open right here so that I'm
YouTube is Wally and Sweets. I've been talking to Wally for a couple minutes now, and Sweets is, like I said, Sweets is here. So yeah, we're gonna have fun tonight. We're gonna talk some serious stuff tonight, and we'll have fun.
No, we're not. No, we're not. No, we're not. It's all gonna go south.
Oh, it's going to get sideways as hell, you know, but still having fun.
No, yeah.
You know,
so Ricky Pike, I do not
riding around in a garbage can today. For the love of God, we got to have.
Man, hey, let me tell you, that right there was probably the most awesome thing I've seen today. What a marketing move. You know what I mean? And I listened to a conversation with him where he talked about how fast it happened. And he goes, look, we were like 30 minutes off the ground and people were saying, hey, this is what we want to do. You know what I mean? That's how fast they responded to that. It happened. And he goes, look, we were like 30 minutes off the ground and people were saying, hey, this is what we want to do. You know what I mean? That's how fast they responded to that. It happened. And he goes, look, we were like 30 minutes off the ground.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah. What's his name? Vic or what the hell's that man's name?
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah. What's his name? Vic or what we got? Eklund here. Yeah. What's his name? Oh, he's gonna have to mute your YouTube or Rumble, whichever one y'all got up.
Dave, mute your Rumble.
Oh, my bad. Here we go.
Yeah, I was like, man, where in the world?
Man, here I am trying to fix it on my end too.
It's all good.
Where's the mute button?
I
just paused it. I don't need to watch it. I just wanted the there we go. I just wanted the chat up. So are we good now?
Yeah. Yeah, your phone. There you go. It's all good. Yeah, Sweet said hi to you over there.
Oh, I'm in the chat now. We are here.
Heck yeah.
Hi, Sweet. Just joking, honey. Don't lose your shit. It's Halloween. We're having some fun.
That's it. That's about, like I said, we're gonna have a little fun.
I like being in the chat because now we can share information as well, and links, sources, garbage.
Yes.
the normal.
Yeah.
Shit posting, whatever you're into.
It happens.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow. All right.
But I know, Jamie, you've been sending stuff back and forth to each other, like at 3:00 in the fucking morning, and
Ricky, if I had a woman in my life full time, the fact that I check my phone in the most inopportune times, they would think you and I have some kind of relationship going on. Why is Ricky Pike texting you at 3:15 in the morning? Well, because Ricky found some fun shit. That's why.
Who's Ricky?
Is that with an I?
No, it's Y, like no eyes. I'm trying to. I guess they ain't gonna let me. I don't know. I don't know how to use Rumble chat.
Wait, can you not get in it?
No, I can see it. I was trying something.
Rumble chat. We are in chat. Yes.
Yeah, we got 2 shares, 1 comment on Facebook. But yeah, we got Trump running around in dump trucks. We got Biden running around here calling everybody garbage.
Oh man,
it's
that ain't cool, man.
Yeah, no, it's not cool.
That's not cool, man.
I will tell you that the memes are already dropping on the whole dump truck garbage can thing. And one of the funny ones that I saw earlier was a stack of 6 or 7 garbage cans all lined up, and it says, "Here's me and the boys in line to go vote for Hitler." You know what I mean? Because that's all they want to say now. Trump is Hitler. We're all just these people have lost their fucking minds.
Yeah.
Another
fun thing I found was Russia court fines Google $20 decillion for false. Let's see. Make sure I click on that. Say exactly. It's more money that's actually in the world, but because
that doesn't matter.
It don't matter. because of Google banning Russia and stuff. So yeah.
Well,
okay.
so hang on, because if they decide to come collect on that debt, how would they collect on that debt? Let's ask that question.
Great video I saw earlier answered that, Jamie.
Talk to me, Goose. Was it about World War III?
No, there was no answer. This guy owes this guy owes this guy owes this guy, has no money, is broke, is default. Like, where does it come from? It's all fake. Right. Every bit of it is printed through this modern monetary theory bullshit, and it's all 100% fiat currency, not exchangeable for specie. And as Ricky pointed out, like, we've been under the petrodollar so long, and now that's threatened and there's moves there, fuck, dude, it's all fake. It's monopoly money, and this baloney system is like slow motion blowing up in front of us.
Hey, since we're talking about currency, do you remember before they changed our currency how you used to be able to fold up the 100 through $1 bill and recreate the September 11 scene? Have you ever seen that?
Yes.
Conspiracy theories there. Yeah, I remember doing it.
Yes. The short answer is absolutely yes. And anybody has fucking done it on their own to prove it.
Man,
like, you know what I mean? Yes.
I'll say
It's always right there in your face, though, brothers.
I'll say another one like all the BRICS. Did you see all the nations come to? They kept on saying Russia was by itself. Russia was by itself. There's nobody. They're alone. And then they came out on BRICS and in front of. They had a bunch of friends. So it showed Russia wasn't alone, just like they've been trying to push to us that they are, and now they're trying to completely go away from the dollar.
Right.
And
well, that's happening, bro.
They get their ways. All them nations get their ways. It's going to be bad.
Here is the image of.
What does BRICS stand for? What are the 5 nations that comprise BRICS?
Brazil,
Russia,
I don't remember who the I is. China,
India, China, South Africa.
Oh, did you look it up?
Not India?
Hang on.
No, I don't know. It's India or Iran. You're right, though. It's one of the two. It's got to be one of the big eyes. Big eye.
No, it is India. Holy shit, it is India. It is.
So like
Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. That's the 5 major. And then there's like a bunch of
Indians are considered Caucasians. I learned that today. It was on a YouTube video, so I don't know how real it is. But since we're randomly trusting YouTube videos now, they're Caucasian. I just wanted to share that with you. Continue, Seamus. Go ahead.
Interesting. I would think that they would be a Semitic people being so far east. That's the thing. Doesn't seem like they're Japhethites, in my opinion. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Nothing to see here.
Ain't it?
Nothing to see here. Don't worry about that.
Kind of wild, huh? Kind of wild. Interesting world we live in. Now all of our currency
so far
the same color as the monopoly money. It's just it's all nuts, man.
Guys, are you nervous about next week? I'm fucking nervous, guys. Please tell me I'm not just a pussy.
Well, I think there are a lot of concerns to be had.
For sure.
They're already talking about some voter box issues, some data problems that they're finding in different states.
Hell, one was set on fire.
I mean, what the fuck?
One voting box got set on fire. Then you got that one in Colorado where they released all the passwords, but it's only one of the passwords, so it's okay.
One is one too many.
And of course, it's one of the same states that tried to get Trump off the ballot all the way together. So, and maybe that's a coincidence or not. I don't know, but it's usually just coincidences.
Yeah, coinky dink.
So many coincidences.
That's the word.
I guess we're about to find out. The time is finally here. We've been talking about it, and we're here, brothers. This is the last podcast before the election.
Yeah, I know it, man. I was thinking about that. I mean, when we go on next week, we could be completely. We're not. Let's just be real. Next podcast, we're not going to
have a fucking. Oh God! Next week, go ahead, brother. Oh God, I don't want to think about it.
We're not going to know. We're not going to know. There are states that have already been putting out official statements saying, "Hey, listen, this could take some time, 3 or 4 days." Come on, bro. Come on. What happened? What happened when we were kids and we used to go to bed, and by the 10 o'clock news, you knew who was the president of the United States. Those days are fucking gone. And the question I'd ask
100%, that's how it was, Jamie. Yes.
What changed between them? What are the differences that are in play? Is it a process issue? Are there more people? What in the and the physical aspect of you punching that ballot changed, that we can't get all this stuff done in a timely
dude, if you could deal with 240 or 50 million Americans, you can deal with 350. So the populace increase is not the problem. It's absolutely room for fraud.
It's the mail-in ballots.
Yes.
Because think about this. So I voted in Tennessee last week, right? So first of all, I go to a gentleman that prints a ballot for me. The ballot is printed right there. So I get a printed ballot that I then fill out. And when I'm done, because of course I request a manual ballot, paper ballot. So my paper ballot is printed. I go fill it out. And then I take it to the machine and physically insert it into the machine. Okay. So what is it that, if they're closing the polls at 5 p.m., everybody's that voted in person is counted. So the ballots that are in question are all of the mail-in ballots, right? We've got printers out there that you can stick stacks of paper on that just run these things as fast as you can, right? If you've got a team of people that are sorting these things to make sure the boxes are checked and all these, what is taking so fucking long?
You would think with technology we could be faster than it used to be. It really,
it just doesn't make any sense, man.
It don't.
See, you guys,
but if you look up, if you look up the issues with paper ballots, right now they're all over the place. Here, let's just show the old Twitter stream real quick. And people, if you do not have a Twitter account or an X account, since that's what we're calling it, you need to get one. Stay in tune with what the fuck is going on in the world, right? But here we are now. First of all, this woman right here, this voter ID of whoever this is, I believe they've identified it as a female. But this person right here voted 29 times in Michigan. Look at all the different addresses that this person has lined up over here on the left, right? That's just absurd. Then you've got ballot boxes. Then you've got ballot boxes that are being set on fire. Now, what the fuck is the point of this? Just to delay some more shit?
Wow.
You've got the Dominion voting machines all have problems. They're saying, hey, they're not going to be fixed before the election. If I'm not mistaken, they've just made this woman resign. Is this the woman from Colorado?
No,
this is the chick from Michigan.
No,
Then you've got this dude right here dropping off an entire box of ballots. This is in Northampton, Pennsylvania. He's got Rhode Island tags, in Pennsylvania. Let's go on down. Voter fraud investigation, October 24. And then there's a person that found a whole box of ballots laying in the middle of the road.
There was that woman,
Jamie.
I seen her. You had to scroll back up. You'll see the woman from Colorado.
Refresh me about the 5 problem swing states back 4 years ago, 2020. We were waiting on counts from what I can recall. I'm going to name as many as I can. Motherfucking Philadelphia, Pennsylvania was a problem. Motherfucking Detroit, Michigan, Atlanta, Georgia, Phoenix, Arizona, and there was one more state. And these were the states that they were like, hey, we're going to pause counting. Wait. And that's where the bullshit. They didn't steal a whole election. They stole 5 fucking states.
Right.
Am I wrong?
No, that's exactly it. It was Arizona. It was Michigan.
What was the 5th state? There was a 5th problem state. Philly, Michigan. Yeah, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Georgia, Arizona. And there was a 5th one. And I
no, hang on.
Was it? Well, that's pretty blue. That's pretty solid. That's not. It's not Ohio either. Damn, I can't remember. But the point is that, and I remember I was awake at 2 a.m. watching Fox News with Lou. Was it?
Wisconsin.
Lou Holtz. Is that right?
Wisconsin.
And he said, yes. I knew it was an upper Midwest state, dairy state. So they pause counting at 2 a.m. I remember it. And I remember Lou Holtz live on air being just losing his mind, splitting his wig. Like, what the fuck? Pausing. You're going to go home for the night. And at 6 a.m., when the news kind of opened back up and the counting centers kind of came back online, you had that big graph, the big skips, the big what you would call impulse jumps where the Biden count had just gapped up above. There was no curve. It made a whole ass shape, a big 90-degree turn, right? So you saw that, and you saw the counts jump in those important states. So to be honest, there's this meme that I have clung to for many years, and it's a source of comedy and tragedy. And it says, they cheated in the last election. We'd better vote them out this time. And that kind of is the concern that I come back to.
Yeah, well, there are reports of some of these voting stations being shut down at 1:30 in the afternoon. Some of these places are being closed 30 minutes early, 45 minutes early. And it's just, there is too much, like, everybody needs to pay attention. See something, say something, right? If it doesn't look right, it's.
What are they doing that for, Jamie? To prevent people from voting, to discourage, to shut it early. Is that to discourage?
I heard a story that I saw on Twitter where there are a group of people in line. There's massive lines at the voting station, right? So they tell the people, hey, there's shorter lines down at this place if you go down here. And then a bunch of people pack up and leave and go down to the other place. And then when they get there, they're redirected and turn around and sit back. Hey, you can't do it here. It has
minus the people that got in their car and said, fuck it, let's go home. And then you said redirection. Those people, a huge chunk. So it's a discouragement. It's a tactic to just kind of, it's a war of attrition. It's a small guerrilla warfare tactic, Jamie.
Right. Here's what I'll tell you. If you look at the Joker movie, right, and that film from 2019, I believe, was the precursor for everything in 2020, bro. When you look at the scenes from the people in the streets, the whole eat the rich, all that shit, and when it's a parody of today's current society, man. The fucking freak show and the weirdos run the nest right now. The loudest voice and the smallest group makes the biggest noise, and the freak shows are in charge right now, man. And it's sad. I hope we can get out of it. When you look at the entire administration, these people are, I'm not going to get us banned. Let me just take some deep breaths.
Well, thanks, Jamie. God, dog, deep breath, baby.
It makes me mad, man. The division game is
Ricky.
We're still doing good. We only have one strike. We still got 2 more strikes. So I guess on the
what did we get a strike for?
We've had that's from back when we said.
I thought we got one tonight.
No.
GB.
Yeah, our favorite uncle. We can't talk about.
Man,
don't you say his fucking name, boy. Don't you say.
I like dill pickles.
I'll say his fucking name. I don't care.
What a crazy world we live in, man. And there are things that I would like to talk about that with his entire operation that I can't. I want to talk about what he's doing in Africa, but I can't. Oh man, one of these days.
Well, they are having too many. They're having too many kids over there, Grant.
Well, we could do
gotta use medicine to get those people numbers down, baby.
Yeah, we could do a complete Rumble live one day. We want to really talk and raise some hell. That way,
Man, dude, I've got some wild stuff.
Oh, dude,
some wild stuff saved.
Raw dog Rumble. Whoa.
We could do it now. We could pick a day and we'll just go live on Rumble and Twitter and just give her hell. And
hey, have you seen Biden sniffing babies again?
When did he stop?
Stop.
Hey, listen.
Stop it, bro.
Stop
it, bro.
Here we are.
Let me see. The fuck out of here. Nothing surprises me.
You know, I mean, like,
what the? Oh, that's a circumcision, brother. That's a circumcision.
Is it? We can't talk about that either. We're definitely going to get kicked off.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay. Sorry.
Jamie's a little bit low. I think Dave is just because you're leaning towards your mic. You probably stay in the center. You'll be good. I don't think you have to move around because you're.
Oh yeah, you don't have to lean to your mic. Yeah, when you lean in, it gets a little distorted
good.
a little bit. You're gold, man. Your mic is freaking awesome.
Hell yeah,
freaking awesome.
Yeah,
let's see.
We got Jess. Let me shout out the chat real quick, and then
let's do that, man. Who joined us?
We got Jess of Escape to Stimulation. She made on here. Of course, we got Wally still in here talking. We got Hiker Emoji on Rumble and Sweets, and we had some people pop up on Facebook, but they're just kind of hiding in the darkness there. But they'll be okay.
Thank God. Facebook's where I get in the most fucking trouble. Like, it's bad. I get banned. You know what? Actually, I've not been banned in some time, but we know that it's coming.
The possibility is there, you know.
I mean, you know what? Let's talk. Let's talk about the things that I got banned for. This is a fun conversation. I got banned for talking about the election. I got banned for talking about COVID. I got banned for talking about hydroxychloroquine. I got banned for talking about ivermectin. I got banned for talking about Hunter Biden's laptop. And then when his laptop dump happened, I was posting some pictures from his laptop online and got hit for that. Bro, listen, I got some stuff saved on a hard drive. I save all this stuff, man. You know, it's so much fun. My own little detective world over here.
And don't forget for shits and giggles and funnies, January 6th, it's going to be story time with Jamie Graham. And so I know it's 2 months away and everything, but yeah, so makes.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and start working on my video collage of that as well and put some photos together. For those that don't know, I was in DC on January 6th. I was there as an observer. You know, my job was just to watch. You know, and the video that I captured was pretty wild. You know, they kept trying to buy it from me, man. I got offered $5,000 for it, and I wouldn't sell it. And you know, maybe I should have, but no, I'm going to hold on to it. There's something they wanted. They wanted me to give it up too. Like, you know, this ain't yours anymore. It doesn't exist.
They want to control the entire fucking narrative.
You know, once you understand propaganda, how propaganda works, and if you understand how they use a single image of something and try to paint a picture, you can take a look at it and understand what they did. They created a photo op, right, that they needed at the time to demonize a group of people, and they successfully did it. You know, there's a picture, and I've mentioned this before, that was shared, and I'll have this in that slideshow that they shared that was, it almost looks like the building is on fire. And basically a flashbang goes off. And when it does, it creates this kind of bright light against the wall of the building, you know, and it's like, I'm like, you guys, you know, there were people that were trying to set fires. I watched those people get their ass whooped. People that were trying to break glass on the building, I watched those people get their ass whooped, you know. And I 100% believe Antifa was mixed in that crowd, that there were paid disruptors there.
That's right. That's proven. Absolutely. That's proven. A.F.P. proved that. American Free Press.
Right.
Since we're talking about January 6th, I seen a thing pop up talking about if Trump wins, they'd wait till January 6th and try to use the 14th Amendment to not allow him to take office. And after that, of course, they'd be ready for civil war and a bunch of.
So what about that DOD document that just got signed through that they probably didn't even need, but that authorized the collaboration and the cooperation of military forces with domestic and federal regional law enforcement apparatus in the event of a civil uprising? So that's a direct violation of posse comitatus, but this just within the last 40 days they signed it. DOD document. You guys hip to what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
I know the chat's finna light up on this shit.
Yeah, it's
that's a big fucking deal to pay attention to. I'm convinced they're not going to let Trump take office, and they are going to kick the shit off, bro, and they're prepared for it. That's one contingency, at least, in my oh so humble opinion.
You know, I think it's going to be hard to. It's going to be hard to remove them if they don't want to be removed. You know, they said that, you know, Trump was trying to, you know, circumvent the system so that he could stay in office. Bro, he left. He left. You know, I think if these people lose, that, you know, their reign of power is officially over. And I think Donald Trump getting into office is what the world needs right now. Because a lot of these people have been doing a lot of fuckery for a really long time. And these are family establishments, you know, that are organizations that still run by that same ideology, you know, and he's going to expose them all. You know, the JFK files need to be released. The MLK file needs to be released. You know, the 9/11 files need to be released.
Diddy, Epstein, 9/11.
Man,
yes.
Bring it all out, man. Drop it all. You know, and Elon tweeted about that, you know, and he was actually on video saying, yeah, I know people that are nervous, you know, because they think DT's going to drop that list. And I'm going to tell you, man, I hope it happens. Throw it out there. Throw all these sick fucks.
Yeah, you kind of see who's been popping out lately supporting Harris is everyone has been kind of on a Diddy
on the list. They all on a list, bro.
And they're trying to cover this shit up because
they are all on that list, man.
It's all going to come to light.
Did you guys
unless they turn around and you know allow us to go, you know, into World War III before all this, you know, he can get in there. I know Trump told Israel prime minister, you know, he wanted the, you know, the Gaza, you know, situation dealt with before he gets to office. You know, he wants it stopped. You know, we'll see if that happens if he does win. If not, it's
so you remember
truly World War III is on the way. I mean, it's just where people are playing. They're playing Russian roulette right now, and it won't be long, and somebody's gonna get popped, and it's gonna come down on all of us.
I agree.
I want to be.
You remember one of his big campaign promises was to keep us out of these forever wars, and so he did really good from 2000 until 2004. He did really, really good. From 16 to 20, he did really good. And even when John Bolton was trying to aggravate tensions with Iran, an unmanned drone was shot down, and Bolton was like, let's bomb them out of the fucking water. And you had Sean Hannity and other neocon warmongers on Fox News saying, let's go to war. And Trump was like, we're going to be a measured response. It was an unmanned drone, calm down. And he kept us out of war with Iran, which is something the whole neocon establishment, and understand something, neocon isn't just neoconservative. It includes Hillary Clinton and Bill and other liberals who are war happy, right? So it's not just Republicans, but Trump held up to his promise, and we did not. In fact, they didn't even want to let him get us out of Afghanistan, hence the reason they allowed Joe Biden to botch it, and we lost 13 soldiers and all this equipment, billions of it. So that happened because they were pissed. that Donald John Trump did not want to feed the military-industrial complex. My question is, 4 years is impressive. Can he hold us out of conflict for another 4 years, or is it going to be like Ricky said, they're going to kick it off before a transition of power, i.e. before January?
I hope he can. I hope this situation we can. He had 18 months that no one got killed in Afghanistan, where he showed that, Taliban leader showed a picture of his house and said, look, if you harm a hair on anybody's head, he's like, I'm gonna wipe you out, and it stopped him. And,
my friend, why show me house to me? Why you show me my house, my friend, my friend?
It's and on another note, it's because the other side on Iran is because them guys been wanting they've been wanting to go take out Iran for years, even though we're the ones that set Iran up back in the day. Everybody forgets about that. If you look at it, but we kept doing that. We set Iraq up and then we took them back down. We set up Iran now, but there was, it's part of the Arab Spring. There was so many of them countries, and there was a list that what was the name of that general came out? I know I'm talking about, Jamie, and he sat there and was talking about there was like 7 different countries within a certain amount of time they want to take out, and the only one was left is Iran. It's the only one, and the only reason we haven't is because of Russia, kind of pushing back. But they wanted to take out Iran. They've been fighting at the bit, and it's the military-industrial complex. Well, they make billions and trillions of dollars on all these weapons, and they shoot off a $5 million rocket and they kill a fucking one person, and
so let me ask you, Ricky,
it's ridiculous.
So here's a funny question. So like, if you watch, I haven't watched in a while, but if you watch like Sean Hannity enough, you'll hear him talk about the pallets of cash to the mullahs, the Iranian mullahs that Obama administration gave them. So it's almost like this 2-party left-right paradigm. As far as when it comes to the military-industrial complex, it doesn't really matter because, we advanced a heavy war front under George Bush. It got unpopular under the Democrats. Trump said, yeah, this is not good, so we didn't do it. Now it's ready again. But you think about the cash to the mullahs and the resources that our government gave to Iran, only to turn around and say, we need to crush Iran. Is that true that we gave them billions of valuable cash and resource to the Iranian mullahs, these theocratic dictators under Islamic Sharia law, right? Autocrats, dictators, tyrants. Did we do that under the Obama administration, only to turn around and now say we need to be helping Israel and defeat Iran? Did we prop them up only to knock them down?
Bro,
it's money laundering.
Sides. Yeah, we fund both sides of every fucking conflict. We fund it through the NGOs, the non-government organizations that we all know are, with grant money, and man, fuck these people. All that money then goes over there, and then they give all that money to these different organizations over there that filter to other organizations that filter to other organizations. Bro,
right.
Come on.
Terrorism is real. At the same time,
it's paid for by the U.S.
as
dollars.
The military-industrial conspiracy being real. They're both
and then
real.
On the flip side, we're funding Hamas pretty much through the different amounts of money that we send over to the Palestinian people, right? Then in turn, we're supporting Israel by supplying them with munitions, aircraft. I mean, come on, man.
We're right back in. If you
it's
go back
a money
like
game,
14,
bro.
14, 15, they were coming out on the mainstream news like, well, we're sending all these weapons and stuff to ISIS to help them. They're like, wait a minute, why are we sending stuff to ISIS? Like, well, we're the good ISIS, not the bad ISIS. Like, do what? It's the greatest money laundering scheme of all time. If we turn around, we sent this money over here, and then they turn around and buy, like Ukraine, we turn around and gave them all that money, plus, that douchebags over here blowed out and buying all kinds of cars. But they're turning around and buying our jets.
The homosexual piano player.
Yeah, they're buying our jets, our missiles, and everything else. So we give them money. They give us. We're back and forth. It's just money laundering. It's just on a global scale.
Zelensky bought Hitler's freaking parade car. Help me understand,
as he should,
how my tax dollars. Hey, I ain't got no parade car.
What the fuck,
You
dude?
do.
That's hilarious.
I mean,
you can't make this shit up. It's beyond parody. You can't parody something that's already ridiculous on its face.
Right. It's pretty ridiculous, my guy.
Wow. Yeah, he bought a Batmobile. He bought all them houses. His wife comes over here to New York and spends $250,000
shopping
over
sprees.
Here. You know, come on. That's on our money. But we don't have money. We can give $750 to them poor people in North Carolina, but it's because they can't laundry money that way, giving money to the people.
Hey, and then I love how they defend it. They're like, well, listen, that $750 was immediate for them to be able to take care of prescriptions, maybe feed them or get them immediate clothes or immediate assistance they need. And they can apply for grants for other funding. What the fuck?
With what? Like, you know,
you
they
can
just
apply
everything. They don't have no they might have a phone. They sure probably ain't got no computer or shit. Like, how are you gonna get on there and then also with everything else going on, fight through all the fucking bullshit to apply for a grant, make sure they can get that grant or whatever, you know, and all the paperwork. Right. Man,
here's your $750, but good luck on everything else.
Yeah.
You know, fuck, man.
You know, that's not even, that's a week of fucking groceries for a family, you know.
Yeah,
and you know the prices are even higher out there because they're limited, you know, supply and demand. So they even, you know, there's going to be some people jacking prices up.
We do not hate our
do you see myself
tyrannical government enough.
No,
I wonder if it's in the bedroom. Thank you.
You were saying earlier about tax the rich and all that stuff. And it occurred to me just, you know, imagine thinking that it's the millionaire or billionaire who takes 30% of your check and then demands you pay property tax year after year. You never owned your land, that just taxes and extorts you and drives up inflation through exorbitant money printing to no end until you're under financial crushing tyranny. Imagine thinking it's the millionaire's fault. It's fucking retarded. It's the Federal Reserve and our spend crazy government that is driving us into the ground with their profligate spending. And when it comes to actually doing something that would affect American citizens, it's a big fuck you. They hate us. We are the enemy in their eyes. And it's revolutionary times, guys. That it's that simple because shit is getting unsustainable, frankly.
You know, Dave, you touched on something I want to follow up with you on. You talked about people paying property taxes and never really owning their home, right? I have thought about running for office a couple different times. And if I were to ever run for office, the premise that I would run on is eliminating property tax for people over 60 years old. They wouldn't have to pay it. You know what I mean?
What makes you draw the line at 60? Not challenging your premise because I'm excited for any movement. Is it a sort of a Lincoln-esque compromise? Because we have to take baby steps?
That's when you start to retire. And you know, come on, man. Average, what is the current average age in the U.S.? Let's look that up.
Older than 60.
Yeah, I mean, expectancy.
I bet it's 64.
US. 77 years old.
I thought you meant retirement age.
Life expectancy.
And when is the average retirement?
So
average
it's probably 65.
Well, some of us up to 67.
Okay.
By the time we get there, it's going to be.
I bet it's
70.
creeping up.
Yeah. By the time we
adjacent
get there,
to,
70.
of course, Social Security. Sure. The average retirement age is going to be 70. Imagine it when it used to be 50. Yeah. Imagine what they have taken from us. Just consider it.
If they by American Shoney's days, you know, you had 55. If you're 55, you can get the the cheaper breakfasts and stuff because you might be retired at 55 and
well, then,
you'd
hey,
be
let's go
retired
55
drawing
then,
a
man.
full fat pension and start a whole nother career for the next 20 years. That's how you could live a double fucking life and be so prosperous during Reagan, when I was a child, during Reagan and even into Clinton. You had fat ass you had fat ass rates on your CDs and your savings. You were like 7%, nice fat interest rates for your savings, right? But that
the
little
people
heyday
in
window,
Congress have
good Lord, it's
this
gone.
country. The people in Congress have broken this country. Financially, like, they have pulled so much money for themselves that through this taxation. And then when you think about the money, like let's talk about like the money they send to Haiti through all these different relief funds and stuff. And then you've got the Clinton fund, and then you've got what's the other fund? Crap. There's another one. I can't. No, they didn't rebuild anything, man. But they got these
did
projects.
rebuild something. They rebuilt the tourist section. And they left the poor people that actually lived there in swallow and just in filth, because they didn't care about them. All they cared about was the tourist section.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, at least the tourist section is up and running.
You brothers. Yes, thank God. Change of topic, guys. Somebody help me. I'm drowning in this misery, and holy shit, what a fucked up government. And we're a week away from hopefully taking a step forward, changing that. I got my critiques of Trump. I've got a brother watching this show that's like, you need to look, bro. I know, but listen, I'm conservative to the bones, and I want to see this country get better. Trump is our best fucking shot. Everybody that's got critiques, listen here. I've got my own critiques. They're probably smarter than yours, but here's the bottom line. We've got to get relief at the grocery store and with taxes. We've got to shut the border, or this country won't survive 7 more years. It's pretty simple at this point. We are on revolutionary footing, whether you like it or not, at this point.
Damn. So sorry, I just saw an update. Looks like the Wallace Beard fight is off.
Oh no.
Oh, dude. Jesse James is no longer fighting. Oh, what? Well, I won't ask what, but I hate to hear that.
Well, hey, Donovan just posted
injury.
Man, everybody take some time to pray for my opponent who suffered from an injury in training. So if anybody's looking to replace him, let Scotty know. So, if you're a 170 and want to
who was injured?
Jesse James was.
Jesse James. I hate to hear that.
Okay. Okay.
Well, it looks like we're down to 13 bouts that night now. So sorry to just go on a score.
That's not a bad. That's not a bad number, bro. That's not a bad number, bro.
It'll still be. We got some kids participating, man, doing a couple wrestling matches with us, and it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. Super exciting stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be a solid card.
Ricky, I know it's early to bring up local MMA. I got one question for you though. Do you remember a guy named Will Moss, a jiu-jitsu practitioner, purple belt, maybe even? So I was looking through some photographs earlier. I got a big stack of pictures, and I saw your picture. You were there throwing your legendary 4, right, with my buddy Will Moss, who used to sing in a metal band, right?
Yeah. He did. Will did a little bit of everything. He was doing t-shirts.
That is so cool.
Yeah,
right. He's such a cool cat. I didn't know. Here's Will Moss fronting his band Life Curse. You know what I mean? Like, this guy is so cool. So what is his ranking? Do you remember? I think he's at least purple. And
I think he went down to Florida and got his black belt. I know he was a brown belt.
Wow.
He got his black belt down in Florida, I think. I could be wrong, but yeah,
That's
yeah,
very
no,
cool.
yeah. Will Bunch, when he opened that school over in Olive Branch, I went over there and cross training with him and stuff over there, and try to help, when I
When
can.
you say when he opened that school, what do you he opened a school? What do you mean?
Yeah, he had his own gym
I
there,
didn't know about
yeah, he had his own gym in
what.
Olive Branch. Yeah, off of Goodman there. Yeah, for a little bit.
I didn't know that. That's really cool.
Mhm.
That is very cool. Wow. Okay. Yeah, you remember Ricky when I told you I was going to go through some of my memorabilia? I just knew you were in there. Like I figured I would see your name on a fight card or something, but I found your whole picture. I'll have to dig it up. I forgot where I put it, but very cool, man. Small world again,
Oh
and
yeah.
that fresh off of a weekend of good fights at SEFC. But
And nobody
anyway, just
fought
thought
the
I'd
crowd. That
mention
was
that to
great.
you while I was thinking about it.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, I'm
Easy
glad
money, baby.
nobody fought in the crowd
Easy
too.
money.
We did. It was a good night.
That's what we like. That's what we like. Some
Uh,
good fights. There were some good fights. There was a lot of technical application. I saw some talent. I saw some really great talent. So
yeah, I was,
I was well pleased watching.
but I was so proud of Joseph. He was the first one. That boy was wide open the rest of the night, but he uh he actually tweaked
I
his
know it.
ankle
I know
at my
he had his
gym
wife
Thursday.
and child there.
Yeah,
Congratulations, Joseph Franks.
yeah, he had actually tweaked his ankle at my gym Thursday night. I'm like, oh no, like the last roll of the night,
Dang,
it was
kind of hurt
aggravating. So,
that ankle a little bit.
um, but he pulled
Well,
through and he got in there and he listened
he did.
and got that win. You know,
It
no
was
no
a
good
really
on it.
exciting match. It wasn't that long, but it was an exciting match because uh, both those fighters to be so green, quote unquote, displayed a really a mid-higher amateur level of poise and execution in that fight. It was a really good fight. I thought it was a really, really good opener for the night myself.
Oh yeah, it was a good way to set the card off, and yeah, it was fun. He'll that young man, he'll be back and he'll do good. It just one of them things that
I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there. I want to see a Franks Brown 2. I train with Malachi. He's a young cat, former wrestler, and he was real disappointed. But you know what? One of the things that I would say to Malachi is, you know what? When you come into this league and you fight a game opponent like Joseph Franks, they're going to test you. And when you find a pair of men like that that can test each other, you have the makings for a 1, 2, 3 fight type of trilogy that people remember. So that's kind of something I'm looking at now. Like, hey, man, I want to see you guys go at it again. That fight was too short. I want to see more. But small shout out to Brown, Malachi Brown. He took that loss on the chin. I know he was real disappointed. But Joseph Franks is a game ass motherfucker. And so how about a Franks Brown number 2? Danny Shell? Let's talk about it.
it's possible. Anything's possible.
There you go.
Appreciate you, John.
There you go.
My costume is epic. But yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's possible. They both did really well. He seemed really respectful young man, so that's cool. Later down the line, even if he turns around, he gets a couple fights and back and forth, maybe they can fight for that 125 belt one day. That'd be cool.
I think that getting some different looks, like you said, absolutely letting a little time pass and seeing how these guys develop, and we can revisit that about this time next year or so. That's a great idea, Ricky. Really good idea. I like it a lot.
Yeah, get a couple fights in, and like I said, I know Danny will do it. Danny will throw it for an amateur 125 belt if it's smart, because Joe's gonna bring some people.
We'll have to let our boy Calvert go ahead clear the ranks and jump into the professional realm. That was a fucking fantastic fight also, by the way. Calvert really put on, but Pearson was no slouch. Holy shit. Talking about a display, a clinic of professionalism. Those guys really put on.
I see Calvert going pro first part of next year. I don't see him. I think he's following his brother, and it won't be long. He's too good to be getting fighting for free.
No doubt.
It's time for him to get paid too. You know, I was messing with his coach. I say, man, you got the brothers of destruction right here, don't you? They're both like killers.
The twin towers of power, baby.
That's it.
They're asking who you are.
It was a great night. I got pictures of you two. Good night. What's up, Jamie?
So a couple people in the chat were asking, who is Ricky? I'm like, well, Ricky is Ric Flair. The nature boy.
Yes.
Woo!
I don't know. I might come out to the wig, but if with the wig on, we might do that. You know, next super fight. I for sure. Everybody knows that see me before they see me come out. I come out to the robe on and I have fun. You know,
right?
And that's what it's about. Throw them four fingers up and who at the crowd and the crowd who's back at me and it's good times for sure. I even got the belt on right here.
What belt is that?
It's actually a tag team belt. It's a WWF tag team belt.
Where'd you get that one at?
A friend of mine. I wish I should have borrowed my brother. He has a NWA World Heavyweight, like authentic.
Right, one of the big $600 jokers.
Yeah, he's got it signed by Nick Aldis has signed it, and a few others have signed it too.
Nice, man. Nice.
So it's worth more than that now.
Wow.
He's got it on his wall in his room. But yeah, I've got this one here.
Man, I'm trying to think about what I'm going to do. I want to build a studio in my living room here. What's up, sir?
We need to talk about that studio, absolutely. And I've built 2 studios, sound studios. FYI, side note. We'll talk about that later. Okay. I had a question for you.
What's up, brother?
I'm going to put you on the spot.
All right.
I'm going to ask about this Legends card rumor, and I just want to hear a couple names. I want you to drop a couple names. Legend card rumor.
I can't. I can't.
Memphis area, brother.
Can't.
Oh, okay.
I cannot. I cannot drop any names.
But
what I will tell you is this. What I will tell you is this. Some conversations are being had, and we're trying to have some fun.
I like conversations, baby.
And, I'm hoping to have a few different people in on this conversation. So you're not putting me on the spot because I'm not giving any names, no details. There are too many players involved.
Man, only you should run for office.
Hey man,
you should run for office because nobody else could give me nothing as far as an answer and leave me more pleased. I'm so fulfilled, and you told me nothing. So good job. You'd make a good politician.
Man,
I feel satisfied. I feel full.
Right. No, I appreciate that, buddy. Oh god damn, what are they doing here? They're burying that dude.
We'll talk more about it next year, 2025. We're gonna ask some hard questions, and we're gonna get some names because.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And I ain't gonna receive just December. The tip, man. We're gonna make love,
by
baby.
December, I'll have. Man, what the hell am I watching here?
I don't know. What are you watching, Jamie?
Man,
But yeah, that you doing a podcast place is gonna be pretty cool. We've been looking at some of that, and it's potentially profitable. Really having a space where people can do it. Some people don't have a space like we have. Can actually do these kind of things, and they want to get into it.
Well, anybody can do jiu-jitsu. I've proved that. You can be old, fat, and crippled and fit right in.
And I talked to I was there on the right there on Main Street yesterday. We had a trunk or treat, and I was handing out candy, and we handed out some flyers and stuff like that. And I had this older gentleman come up to me and was talking to me and asked me about jujitsu and stuff. And I told him, I said, that's the beauty of it is you can do it. You know, Grandmaster Elliot was doing it in his 90s. Um, you know, you can do it for a long time if you have good partners, you know, and you stay smart with yourself, you know, um, and be true to yourself, kind of deal. You don't need to be trying to go 100% with the 18-year-old college kid and try to go toe to
Right.
tag, you know, and try to rip your, you know, that's how you get hurt.
Right.
But you
Man,
know,
I'm pretty
you
fortunate.
can get in there and
Cage
have
Man
fun
does a
and
good
do it.
job of not allowing me to roll with certain people and only lets me roll with certain people. I'm crippled. My back, my hip, my knee. It's I'm not going to go out there and go get tuned up by some 22-year-old kid that's looking to prove a point, you know.
Oh no. That's what I mean. We got like brand new people or something like that. And I got certain my guys. I'm like, all right, you go roll, you know, all right, go roll with this person, go roll with that person. You know, I got a couple roll a little harder, you know, because they're getting that competition mindset, you know, pushing a little harder. But then I got some that you know they can switch that gear. I got Dommy, he can switch the gear. I can put him with a little 6 year old child with him being 220, you know, 6 foot, 6'1", and roll with him and not worry about him hurting that, you know, child. And then if you turn around, you can have somebody, then he can go roll with some 300-pound Viking and go tit for tat with him, you know. He's
Right.
got that switch, which I seen him at a tournament. He went against a damn near 300-pound Viking one day. That dude was huge. He had to be at least 275, about 6'5", 6'6".
Having that kind of elasticity in your gym is really healthy, isn't it? Having that sort of offering to visitors and other people that are new to jiu-jitsu and being able to accommodate them, that's really good for your business, for your school. Don't you think that seems to be what I've experienced, Rick?
Yeah, yeah. Because certain gyms, and there's nothing wrong with them. Certain gyms are like, you know, if everybody in there you roll with, they're all in competition mindset, and they don't have that switch, and that's
Sure,
okay.
sure.
That's forever. You know, certain that's you know if that's your mentality, and that's fine. But I'd rather have that balance. You know, I'd rather have that. You know, you could have somebody who brand new and like Jamie say, you know, he's got this is hurt, that's hurt. He could come roll my gym and walk out the same way he came in. He won't get
That's
hurt.
right.
There's nobody there going to try to
Sure.
tear his arm off. You know, they're gonna take care of him. Like, hey, this is hurt. This is hurt. All you do is say it. You're good. You know.
You
Um,
know, I rolled for a couple of years with issues on my left side. And again, Cage Man only lets me roll with a couple different people, right? My coach. So he always knew how to still punish me and never touch my left side. You know what I mean? And get you a good training partner, man. Training partner
oh
is
sure.
everything.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
you know, somebody that looks out for you and is out to protect you. So,
Speaking of mean, tough training partners, though, I had Jimbo Surratt when he first started training.
right.
He used to have this knee brace on, and he would have it was a metal knee brace, and he would grind it across your damn leg to pass your guard and break your guard. And you're sitting there trying to hold him in, and he's grinding this damn knee brace in your leg and going, just yeah, sound like he's throwing stuff.
Man, you see these videos of Robert Kennedy out there working out, doing pull
Man,
ups?
Robert Kennedy is a monster. I mean, it's it's sad his voice is the way it is. I think because everything else, he's just, you know, I wish I was in that kind of shape. You know, he's a that sucker's. You know, of course, he takes a few, you know, a few supplements and this and that to kind of eat him along. But still, I mean, supplements and TRT and all that stuff is great, but if you're not actually putting in the time and the work, you're just not gonna.
Right.
You're not gonna get
People that
really
go out and have lap band surgery or that gastric bypass, and then they lose their weight and then never do anything with their fucking lives. Just it's such a sad thing, you know. But most of and I've seen people that have that surgery and they get fat again. You know, what was the point of putting yourself through that? You know.
Yeah, it's I know some people that had to do it. A friend of mine, he passed away doing it. Which another friend actually started, doing it the right way and a healthy way. And I'm gonna shout out my buddy, little Shirley's boy. He came down from about 395, and he's walking 240ish right now.
Right.
He has lost a person, and he's done it the hard way. He's done it, through lifting weights and walking, and getting in shape. He didn't have no surgery, and if you got to do the surgery, I mean, it's not the end all, but try to do right. I know people done it, like they got the surgery and then they turn around and kept on eating the same way they were, and and expand that belly right back up. And like, man, why? Try to, you had a blessing and you had a thing happen where you could try to stay healthy. You see all this, what is it? Oh, Zempic or whatever.
Right.
I'm
waiting for something to come out of that.
They said it eats muscle, fat, everything. I seen a video with Christina Aguilera in it. She looked like she was down on the corner, smoking crack or something. She was so thin now. Like a lot of them are using that and getting super stupid thin. It's like, man, it's be healthy. It's okay to have a little bit, and be healthy. No, there's no reason to be either. It ain't easy. It ain't. Like I'm in the gym 9 days, 9 times a week. So it
Hey, so real quick, backtrack. Lady from Colorado that dumped the BIOS password online.
It was crazy.
She's going to jail. She's going to be going to jail. She's 100% going to be going to jail. There's a very specific statement that talks about. I just saw it. I can't find it again. Yeah, this chick's going. Oh, here it is, right here. Let me read you.
She did what? What password to what? What happened?
To the actual.
She dumped the password to the fucking machine.
Yeah, the actual machines that you do the I'm about to say lottery to do the the vote in. It's supposed to have 2 passwords.
Oh,
they leaked the passwords out everywhere through the state, and of course it's the same state that tried to take Trump off the ballot too. She tried to do that too earlier in the year. So yeah, they need to go ahead and make her step down at least. But if not, yeah, she probably needs to see, she's responsible. It is what it is. She might need to see a little time.
She's going to jail. 100%. Could you imagine if it were flipped on the other side?
Oh, it'd be
somebody else. Man, my God. Let's see. I want to find that document.
Yeah, she was on her interview, and every time she turned around and they asked her another question, she would just take a deep breath, like, "Oh my God!" Like, and then she trying to halfway answer. It's like every question they asked, like, with the interviewer, I mean, he was throwing the hard questions at her. Was like, hey, you're going to step down because of all this problems y'all had in the state with the election stuff. There's only so many times you can mess up without, most times people have to step down, and it's time.
Yeah. Everybody fails up in our government. They fail right on up the ladder. Do a terrible job, get promoted.
It happens. I know where I used to work. I know somebody that they he was effing up so bad they just promoted him to keep an eye on him.
Right
But
on up.
go on up there. You're a boss now.
Right.
World where being the most efficient and intelligent problem-solving worker gets you 0 raises all the hours and just makes you a slave. That's a real thing. You can make yourself too useful. And conversely, you can be such a fucking useful idiot that they will just promote you right on up because they can handle you.
It happened like with me. Hey, you know, it, telling some, for 7 years something was wore out and needed to be replaced, and when it finally about broke in half, dude, and they threw me under the bus over it. Like, wow, what happened? You just weren't doing maintenance. We've been yelling for 7 years. This thing is effed. It's wore out. It's you know, but they just certain people wanted to cover their ass because they were trying to let it slide until it was time for them to retire, and they thought they could do it, so they didn't have to have that big old chunk of money on their bonus. And it is what it is. It fucker fell apart. Been telling them for years. Of course, I took the blame, and then they turned around and was like, "Well, you've been not a boss for a year now. We're going to put you back in the position." And then I quit. I retired from that line of work, and they're not happy with me. They'll be strong. They'll be strong.
Man, I'm flipping Twitter, just looking through the different
I would
stuff.
like to share with you.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Let her rip.
This is just a quote.
Go ahead.
Just a brief moment to share something from literature, from academia with our audience. I always like to, up the bar academically and intellectually. So I just want to share a quote that came to mind earlier when we were talking about all the taxes and the excessive money printing and just the financial economic tyranny that we find ourselves under. This is from Frederick Bastiat. He was an author that wrote a treatise called The Law. Some many 200 years ago. It's an old book. I don't remember how old, but he says this: when plunder becomes a way of life for a group of men in a society, over the course of time, they create for themselves a legal system that authorizes it and a moral code that glorifies it. And this man was in tune with just general principles of there's nothing new under the sun. There is a certain amount of tools that tyrants have at their disposal. Economic tyranny is the primary tool. And he's saying that over time, they devise a legal system to plunder you and a moral code that glorifies it. And that kind of encompasses what we were talking about earlier when they tax us into poverty, send our money to Nazis, tyrants, and dictators overseas who then kick back funds to them. It's a laundering cycle. It's immoral and disgusting and wicked to its core. And they encode a series of laws to glorify and legalize this plunder. And Frederick Bastiat wrote about this in The Law hundreds of years ago. And I think every American should read it and just acquaint themselves with the financial system and with the reality that faces us presently.
Oh, I agree. And as always, like anything, just throw this out there. Like anything we say tonight, any of the three of us, fact check the dog crap out of us because look this stuff up because that's what they don't want us to do. They want us to see news headlines and just go from there and just accept whatever it says and go from there and accept whatever they tell us. Look stuff up and check this stuff because there's a lot of crazy stuff and scary stuff. Like I said, don't want to fearmonger though, but I mean there is some scary stuff. I want to do my Alex Jones. But it's there's a time to it's a time to pull your head out of the sand too. Some people can't handle accepting that what they've been
Ricky,
told for so many years that
what
they've been lied to.
what is this?
Go ahead.
It's a big thing to swallow. What is this business about Trump saying, "Hey, we're going to get rid of the income tax"? I haven't been so excited about a nugget of rumorous information in a while, but abolishing the income tax would be a game changer for ordinary Americans.
I don't know
Is
why
there
they
any
don't.
legitimacy to that rumor?
They keep hinting about it for years and years. I don't know why they don't. I mean, it really does. Because if you look at it, if you turn around and gave everybody more.
Jamie, when did that happen?
I was gonna say, if you turn around and gave more people more of their money, then you would turn around and people would spend more. And if you just paid sales tax for items, then no matter if you're illegal, legal, whatever, if somebody's over here just visiting, you paid. Everybody would pay. It wouldn't be, what I'm saying? It would. But if you
the only thing that I've seen, hang on. So wait a minute. The only thing I've seen him talk about as far as eliminating tax. Well, wait a minute. Holy shit. I did just see the other one. Now, I know that he made the comment on the 28th about eliminating overtime, a tax on overtime, right? So,
yeah.
But then at the same time as I found that article, I found the New York Times posted back on the 24th, Trump flirts with the ultimate tax cut, no income taxes at all. Said the former president has repeatedly praised a period in American history when there was no income tax and the country relied on tariffs to fund the government.
And we had roads, we had we had a military, and we had, of course, it was a different time, but we had roads, we had military, we had fire department, we had police, we had everything that we needed.
Holy shit, check this out. The Revenue Act of 1913, normal income tax and additional tax on individuals. Everybody, regardless of income amount, was only taxed at 1%, right? If you made less than 20%,
1913, Jamie.
Yep.
Yes,
so
sir.
You go to 20%, Continue. You have an additional 1%. Combined rate is 2%. Up to $500,000, the max rate is 7%. Thank you. You know what I mean? And that is just that's insane. Where do we get back to that? Or have we become so reliant upon the base of the people to fund these fuckers' extravagant fucking lifestyles? I think that's why we'll never see that. Because Nancy Pelosi has to, jet set across the country in her private jet. Doesn't she have a jet? Let me check it.
So that's right. We were doing quotes earlier. Here's another quote. There is nothing so permanent in this world as a temporary emergency. Okay. And an adaptation of that quote is there is nothing so permanent in this world as a temporary government program. So the income tax was a war solution, war footing economic emergency measure that should have never stuck and lasted. It was ran in conjunction with the Federal Reserve, which is not a government institution, FYI. It's a private consortium of banks, period, that makes money off loaning our government money, the American taxpayer dollar. Hence, the reason 1913 is the magic fucking year. It's the reason JFK was killed. And if Trump was to beat this path too long, they'll do a real assassination attempt because the money system is everything. And so he's barking up the right agree with this one, but it is also the source of every bit of crushing tyranny that we're under. They are robbing us blind and extorting us just at a magnitude that's unfathomable at this point. And it all started in 1913.
You know, bro, you can't give them anything, because if you give it to them, they're never going to give it back. You know, you can vote your way into socialism, but you'll never vote your way out. You know what I mean? And it just...
Woo! Shit, son. You said a mouthful there. God,
it
dog.
just is what it is, man. I don't know, man. You know, like when you look at these people over the last 4 years, like I judge politicians on how they acted during COVID. You know, what were you trying to implement? What were you trying to restrict? What kind of power were you looking for? You know, and none of those people should ever be in office again. You know, just no way. So, in the Fed, there it is. Yeah. If only it were the reality. Do we actually know who is the Fed? Who is the Fed? Well, I can't hear anything.
Oh, my fault. I forgot to hit my mic. I was sitting here talking.
I'm like, damn, what is wrong with my shit?
Yeah, my bladder about exploded. Sorry, y'all. If y'all were watching the video kind of up close, then my Rumble chat crashed. I didn't realize that. Yeah, y'all been killing it on there. The Rumble chat has been going wild. I had to put it on my other computer.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to get back in there.
I did see, Trump talking about tariffing anybody, especially the ones they're trying to do with the, the BRICS nations. If they want to do business over here, they want to, he wants to tariff the hell out of them, to make them use the dollar if he gets elected. It's a good possibility. But that BRICS nation,
hiker emoji. Authority and accountability are joined at the hip. You damn right.
Dave, you got a mute on yours. You got a little mute icon, Dave.
Oh crap! Sorry.
You're good.
My bad. Excuse me. If there's one skill that I have, it is cutting right to the quick. Right to the core. I will punish the BRICS nations. If you try to do away with the dollar, we will punish you. Excuse me. You will pay, as others have paid. Excuse me. But if you just use the petrodollar, it'll be beautiful. It'll be so beautiful, and you'll be tired of winning. That's all. That's all I have on the BRICS nations. Yeah, I'll send you photos of your home compound soon.
You have a certain.
Hey, Trump is a fucking boss, and he's a boss, brother. Ricky, you said it. He's a boss. He said, "Yeah, if you do that bullshit, we're going to tariff you into oblivion." He can set the economic ship aright. He can do it. I believe
so. 100%.
If we elect him, and if there's a fair election, he can do that. He can do that, and he will.
Oh, for sure. And another thing I'm thinking about. I was watching.
That's not the only problem we face, but he can do that much.
Yeah. That I was watching a video. Whitney Webb was talking about it, and she made a comment. You got all these. They keep on pushing for these lithium mines. Now they're looking at Arkansas, North Carolina. The way it looked, it could be all over. They're looking for nickel and stuff. They're talking about destroying the Andes to get the nickel, and it's like y'all are destroying all this. They're supposed to be all these people for nature and environmental, and global warming, but they're it's kind of more leaning the ones that want to destroy, not even looking at all the processes to have to get this stuff to be able to get all these electric cars and electric, grids and everything. You're gonna have to mine all this stuff up and destroy so much ground that it's terrible. It is absolutely opposite of anything positive. But I seen that she on an interview. She was talking about that.
All right. Picked up a new
Conservationism
follower. That's how you do that.
Be in the realm of people who are conservative, agricultural minded, and educated professionals. These crazy ideas about brand new technologies to rid us of fossil fuels. There's great technology potentiality inside of electric and electric vehicles, even, except the grid is not ready for it. And so they're just subsidizing it and pushing it. And it is a fucking travesty. And it's an injustice to electric technology because it's being rushed and being pushed and it's not ready. The grid's not ready. And that sucks. And there's great harm to the environment, like you said. That's being done in the name of sustainability, and it's a farce. It's just a ridiculous farce.
Yeah, absolutely. They're already telling people not to charge your electric cars because of it's hurting the grid. They spent how many billions of dollars, and they put up the government did, not the private. The government put up 9 different charging stations, and I think 2 don't even work. The internet part that they could have done, they get this money they spent on trying to put, internet in rural areas that they haven't done crap with. They could have gave everybody could have had, what's it with Elon? I can't think of the name of it right now, but
Starlink satellite.
Starlink, yeah. Everybody could have Starlink. The whole nation could have Starlink for the money, and they could have for less,
right?
From that they've spent and not done anything. Yeah. But it's just it's just another situation of more money laundering and just taking advantage of people. Like, hey, we're going to earmark this money for this right here. I used to work for the road, industry. And, always, that was the first one they stole from. We were going, hey, we're going to build this new road or this new bridge. Well, no, we need to take that money and put it over here for something else. And you got all this. I made a video a while back about it. Man, you got so many bridges and stuff we have in this nation right now. We're about to have a very bad time.
If complete collapse on. Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at most of these bridges are made for like 40, 30, 40, 50 years.
Right.
And a lot of them are like
in bad
60,
shape,
70, 80 years old. There you can
really
just you can go on website. There's a website like you can go for like Mississippi and see how old every bridge is in Mississippi. You can go through there. Like I think every state has that. And you'll be surprised how many bridges are still old wooden timber bridges that they just paved asphalt on top of it, and you're driving over in them back roads today. There's a lot of them. Since I've being in the industry for so many years, I'll be watching that stuff. I'm like, man, please don't fall. I just crunch up and you can see the corner. If you look in the corner, you can see that little timber sticking up, and I'm like, man, please, for the love of God, don't fall on me.
Right.
It's our infrastructure, and then you got China over there just building and building and building. I mean, they are polluting like hell, but they're building dams, they're building roads, they're building everything, and they're building their infrastructure up, and we letting ours collapse.
Right.
It's something like right now. If something happened, we had another New Magic earthquake. And we lost some bridges right there.
Oh, yeah, dude. We would be in bad shape.
It would shut this country down right here.
Bad
Memphis
shape.
is the hub. And you take out the Memphis bridge, both of them, Bad day.
I can't remember
And the
where we
electric grid is
are on the
also
tactical strike
weak.
scale.
EMFs.
But somewhere we are there high on that list because of our, planes, trains, boats, the
Shipping
automobile with the trucking industry. You know what I mean?
hub.
Yeah, we're a major shipping hub,
Yep.
I mean, we've been
Transportation
on
hub.
we've been on the
Yep,
list
that's
forever,
right.
like because of the big base there in Millington. We've always been on one of the locations of the places where they, we might get nuked or whatever. That we would be a
Right.
strike point to strike because like we are the hub. We have that military base, and yeah, it's it's bring everything down and hopefully, and we're still in hurricane season. Don't forget, we might have some magical hurricanes.
I like magical hurricanes.
Be careful, Arkansas. That's all I gotta say.
Right.
Y'all better be ready for our
Right.
friends in Arkansas in that brand new area of lithium mined area.
Isn't that crazy? You immediately got to start wondering: is this whole conspiracy about hey, there's some deposits there, your area gets wiped out? Is that real? I don't know. I'm going back to the blue roof thing in Hawaii.
Are you guys hip to?
I mean, they
You
took a lot of
guys
people's land.
banned.video?
I'm sorry.
I want to share
what
one
again?
Subset of Infowars banned.video.
No,
Greg Reese specifically. You guys know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
I'll send you a video. This guy does concise, short, but very meaty and well-researched videos on topics, and he's done one on the lithium mines. I'll try to find a link real fast to send to Ricky. I'll do it from my phone, but because here's the deal, you'll get some incredible or less than credible reporting, and then as soon as there's some hole in the story, the whole thing gets dismissed as a conspiracy theory. And I firmly believe, and this is another conspiracy theory, that controlled opposition will release straw man reports, i.e., easily disprovable reports to discredit a greater truth. You understand? It's a basically a freshman level propaganda tactic, but 90% of people fucking fall for it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
For sure.
It'd be the same concept as going to January 6th as an Antifa member with leftist values, but dressing up in a fucking MAGA hat and starting some shit. It's the same level of intellect. It's not that complicated, but it'll trick so many people, right?
Oh, yeah, it will, for sure. It's easy to, think about the boat parade that they just had. They just had this Trump boat parade down there where all of a sudden this Nazi waving flag boat, runs up on it, got Trump flags and a bunch of wannabe Nazis in there.
Sure.
And it's like, yes, we're completely,
My friend Justin Lee posted it.
Come on, man.
Feds.
I mean,
the boat of Nazis was feds, without a doubt. AstroTurf, federal wannabe, quote, Nazis that are there to meet the supply shortage because there's a great demand for Nazis, but the supply is short. And so they create artificial Nazis using federal operatives. And that's who was in the boat of quote unquote Trump Nazis. Are we in agreement?
Oh yeah, 100%.
I mean, that's it's not hard to decipher these riddles.
No, I mean, if you actually really looking into it, like you will. I mean, it's easy once you pull the blinders off. You can see. You can actually see that the truth is there. The truth is easy to truly be able to find. But there's so many, so many people. Like you got Soros paying all them people to infiltrate and try to make others look bad, and we gotta stop allowing that to happen and letting people believe that kind of crap. Like, people need to open up and look at them like, come on now. I had a disagreement with somebody the other day about it. He was talking about, on that, talking about what you were just talking about with the boats and the Nazi stuff. Well, they didn't say nothing to him. Well, when you're in a boat, for the love of God, what are they supposed to do? Have a pirate ship with a damn cannon and sink them? I don't know what they were supposed to do in a damn boat. But it's, you got, you're going to, and another thing, a lot of people, to me, in my opinion, you got a lot of people that, they want to throw everybody under one thing. If you just, all you got to do is disagree with one person, he puts you all in this one little boat. And that's not how real world works. You can't,
That's right.
just because you got some extremists, you got extremists on the left, you got extremists on the right, and they do not have any kind of values of most of us are sitting here in the middle. And if we lean right or we lean left, but most of us that right here in the middle, that we all have the same kind of common thoughts and premise of life. But they, of course, the media don't want us to come together, and they want us to look at us and divide and conquer, that kind of shit. Hiker made a comment, said the railroad, that's another one, like all them railroad trains going down and turning over up there like on Ohio and stuff. That's the railroad, them railroad bridges and stuff. Just if somebody actually didn't do it, them railroad bridges and stuff. You look, man, it actually probably scare you. But if you drive around and start looking up, look at them old railroad bridges and stuff. Them things look ancient. A lot of them are like 80 years old because they don't want to. They kind of shut the line down to fix them or rebuild them. They ain't gonna do that because that costs money. And the railroad and the trucking unions, that's the ones that shut down the pipeline because they didn't want to take away the money on that. So, but it's all our system is just money going here and money going there. Have you ever watched that? On another random thought, you ever watched the movie Distinguished Gentleman? It's a movie with Eddie Murphy. In the chat, if you have not watched it, I think you can go on YouTube and find it. Distinguished Gentleman. I swear on everything, I think is that they actually showed us how everything worked, because he was a con man. Eddie Murphy was a con man, and James Garner was the politician. And I tell you what happened right at the beginning, so I won't take it the whole movie, but.
Oh, wait a minute.
He passed. James Garner passed away taking care of his secretary, and so Eddie Murphy gets elected on name recognition because James Garner been in there so long, and just and how the processes and stuff. And they made this one quote in there that's always stuck to me, and I used to have it like on video, like I downloaded the video, whatever. But Eddie Murphy made one of his advisors asked this question. He was like, if money is coming from both sides, how does anything get done? He's like, it don't. That's the beauty of the system. Because he was like, if you have, if you are pro sugar, then I got people over here that, back you on this side. But if you're pro this, then I got money over here, and that's why nothing gets done. Because you got so many lobbyists and backers and everything going in there, and it don't matter where the politicians vote, and that's why you get all them people in there, and you have a job that makes $150,000 a year, and they come out and they're multimillionaires within months of being there.
Crazy how that works.
What was that guy? He used to had to own the radio stations here in town. Flynn spent over $4 million of his own money to try to get in the office. So if you're going to spend $4 million of your own money, not just what he pulled in, to get a job that you're only there for maybe 2 years, and you only get paid $150,000 a year, that return don't sound very good unless there's some underhanded shit going on.
You are absolutely right. absolutely right.
George Flint. No, what the hell is that dude's name? It's been some years. He owned 107.1, and
That's
he
right.
owned a
That's right.
couple radio stations and stuff. And
Larry
yeah,
Flynn.
huh?
No, not Larry Flynn.
Larry. How did
No,
you
that's
say
a different.
Larry Flynn?
Larry Flint.
All right. Sorry.
But yeah,
Ricky, I sent you a video on that DOD document that could be pressing. We already watched the one on the lithium mines, but I sent you a little short on this other one or whatever. We can play it in a minute. Yeah. Anyway.
Mm.
Hey, cat. My animals are crazy. Hey, girl. Yeah, it wasn't.
We need to find
why I
somebody
got
that
my
has
doorstep
that
for
so
mine
you can
won't
put
come
your
in here.
hands on it.
Yeah, I got my door shut so they won't damn drive me nuts. I know they will.
Do what now?
John was talking about the all these people applying for patents and stuff. They always die anytime there's some breakthrough technology that can make the life of the proletariat, not to sound like a commie or anything, but to make the life of the poor man better, that they die. I'm committing a bit of horseshoe theory here, where there are some similarities or overlap in ideology between far right and far leftists. Right, horseshoe theory is right. So, but John makes a good point. Yeah, these patent applicants and these people that are inventors that come up with something that could change the dynamic or the landscape of industry, they oftentimes get fucked off by big whoever.
Right.
So
you got to wonder: is it why is it that they always get knocked? Why does nobody succeed in it? Who is knocking these people off? You talk about the water.
What is the Cui Bono? Who benefits? Cui Bono.
Who benefits?
Yeah. Big auto, big industry, big oil, big pharma, big government, big surveillance, big tech, big agriculture, big whoever. That's why anything natural, chiropractic to herbs and different things that are homeopathic remedies, that shit is demonized, and petrochemicals are shoved down your throat. Come get big pharma's petrochemicals. It's truly demonic, even in the Greek, brother. Did you know that if you read, and I'm not pushing religion here, but if you read in your Holy Bible in Revelation, where it talks about the sorceries the word is pharmacus, and it's talking about drug potions. And I'm like, wow, I think there's some wisdom there. Like big pharmacu is the word for sorcery or sorcerer or witch in ancient Greek or in Koine Greek. So, the sorcerers of our day, the ones that are spinning potions and fucking us over, is the pharmaceutical companies. Period. And our health and our life expectancy have dwindled because of what we eat and what we consume. So our medicine and food is trash. That's why the MAHA, the Make America Healthy Again with Robert Kennedy, is such a fucking burgeoning. It's a great thing because we are being poisoned to death.
I mean, yeah, you think about how many
in
things
America.
How many things are that we consume every day that are illegal over in most countries? We're one of two countries in the world that we can actually advertise. Medical can actually, drugs can actually advertise on TV. Us in New Zealand is only two, and we have so many things that that even if they have the same product over there, if you look at the labels, it's so different because they don't let all the stuff come together.
Ingredients.
It's not the same ingredients. It's not the same food. It's not even the same color. Like even the sodas and stuff, they're not even the same color.
Right.
Because
it's got
it's
such a
the
different
better
flavor
food.
to it.
Yeah, it's they're all, and it's all tied together. And like you got the oil industry, and you have you have so much of oil and all the kinds of drugs and stuff like that. You got in our food we got there's gelatin and stuff and all kinds of stuff we eat that, if you're a vegan, you're pretty well screwed because everything has it in there, even taking medicine to um, jello and everything above. It's they've tied everything together, and it's like, and anybody comes up with some kind of good idea or something better, one industry will just try to stomp the hell out of it, like hemp. Do you
Right.
know that Ford actually built a car out of hemp back in the 1940s?
Really? Wow.
That
What?
Yeah,
You
the panels
serious?
and stuff was made out of hemp. Yes, and they were really the Declaration of Independence was written on hemp, but
Right.
they
Oh,
they
wow.
during the early
I think I knew
1900s,
that.
because the lumber industry, because like hemp, you can turn around. I'm knocking headphones down and stuff over there. Like you can take an acre of land and replant it each year, and and keep growing. But you know, but the lumber industry, it takes years and years for it to come
Right.
back.
Right.
But the lumber industry is the one that lobbied and got hemp demo, demonized and stuff like that. And they put them together with weed and all that kind of stuff and made it look bad, um, and all that stuff went out the
Wow.
door. But yeah, check that out. You can look it up. Ford actually made a whole car out of hemp. Hell, they had electric car early 1900s that, when they first started getting electric cars like the Leaf and stuff like that, you had 120 mile radius in it. Hell, they had that in the 1900s. They had electric cars that had that kind of range, like 1906 or something like that. You could have a car that had the same damn
Check
range.
that one out on Facebook.
I,
What did Ricky
hey,
Pike send me
I
here?
sent you Dave's link because I don't want to have to
Yeah.
switch my account on Facebook.
Yeah, I see it
Uh,
here. Yeah, the lethal force thing. Yeah, I
yeah,
saw that, man. I saw
yeah,
that. I will tell you that if man, God, it's wild. Like I was talking to people um, on and before and after January 6th that were in the military, and pretty much everybody was on freak out mode, and everybody's on standby for whatever the hell's going on. And the conversations I was having with people were the conversations within their people were there. They don't want to fire on U.S. So U.S. civilians. I mean, um, I think it's going to take a special group of fucking morons, you know, to follow through with that order. You know what I mean? And I believe that they are in the military. We've seen it in the high ranks. With these fucking the start with Millie. You know what I mean? And we can backtrack from there. But um, I think that you'll see a breaking in the U.S. military before that ever happens. They'll eat each other within. You know what I mean? That's what I think. We know that there was a big push a few years ago where they kicked all the people out of the military, all the pretty much the right wingers, because they wouldn't get vaccinated. You know, um, so
Any diverse
I'm
thinkers.
interested to see how this goes. Hopefully the
well,
DEI training has not ruined their mindsets completely.
I've always wondered that. And I've had that conversation with folks before, and like, with um, that's what's happened for years and years and stuff. When in Germany, they were just doing their orders. You hear, well, I'm just following orders. I'm just following orders. Like, you know, when following orders, you got to sit back and go, I got a conscience too. There's some, I've had conversations with people and they're like, well, don't worry about that. That's our patriotism, is going to be above that. And I was like, well, I hope so. I said, well, when shit hits the fan,
Big.
when, our police forces and our military and everything. Hopefully they they see that but you're going to have some that, hey, I'm just following orders. I'm
It
doing what
won't
I'm supposed to do, and
it
don't
won't be in the
care.
name of crush the rebellion. It'll be in the name of restore the peace. There's crisis footing. There's emergency footing. Just restore the peace. They must come to the camps. We have to restore order. So they'll scramble the troops to non-native geographic regions. In other words, people from here won't be enforcing law here. They'll ship them somewhere to do that. They'll have UN troops and foreign troops, and it'll be in the name of quelling rebellion and quelling revolution to restore order. So that'll be the narrative. It'll be the same as it always is.
Let me tell you something. The minute that they put UN troops on the ground, I'm going there because I want to set up a camera and I want to watch the fucking shit show. Because when they drop them in the ground in Chicago, guess what's going to fucking happen? Guess who's going to become the greatest fucking Americans of all time? Some fucking 16-year-old gang member, because they're going to open fire on their ass and all of a sudden the shit's going to pop off. And dude, I'm going to tell you, man, the last thing these dudes want to do is roll up through them cities and battle it out with gang members. That is going to be the American spring. It's going to end up with UN troops battling out with, you think it's going to be, they talk about the Patriots, man, let me tell you, they're going to have their hands so full in DC and Baltimore and Philadelphia that they ain't going to want to think to fuck with Houston, Texas, or, Oklahoma City. I'm going to tell you, man, they start getting up in some of that land up through there, bro. Come on. Red Dawn ain't got shit on today, bro.
I mean, hopefully the right of God none of that happens, but it's wicked, drive me nuts.
Dude, that's a really interesting. That's almost like a Purge-esque take. I didn't even consider that factor. Like when it comes to, we always think of things in terms of, but sure, that is so interesting, Jamie. I'm going to ponder upon that.
We will immediately be Americans. We will immediately be Americans.
Holy fucking right. Yeah, nothing galvanizes like a foreign threat. Absolutely.
Bring a bunch of fucking Pakistani UN troops on U.S. soil. Get the fuck out of here.
That's so interesting.
The other side of things, I keep on putting in the back of my head, and I hear more. They got more. The UAP hearings are coming up after the election and stuff like that. The back of my head is Project Bluebeam, and it's coming. They're going to use it to just be like with 9/11 and the Patriot Act. We like y'all saying, we give away all this stuff. And we give away our rights for temporary, but no, it's Jamie lost here. There we go. I'll mute him for a second. Temporary. The Patriot Act was just supposed to be temporary, but that went to shit quick. And
nothing so permanent as a temporary government program.
Exactly.
Fucking right, man. Yeah.
And we
give it back.
Say it again.
Give it back.
You can give it, but they're never going to give it back.
No, hell no. Once they got it, just like like in the early 1900s, they were like, well, we're going to do this income tax so we can pay for World War I. Fucking World War I was over 100 years ago, and we're still paying that.
Yeah, I unplugged my headset so that I could get up and get something to drink, and it changed the audio track. You're probably fixing to get another one just now because my headset changed.
You fixed it.
Apparently, you don't need to do that once you start recording.
Yeah, all right.
I think you fixed it though, bro. It sounds good now.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, they'll be all right.
I unhooked my headset. I'm back on my headset now. So
If we
Beautiful.
if we don't have some kind of screwy ass thing happen during our live, hell, it wouldn't be right, you know.
man, I had to get some chocolate nuts.
Hey, look,
Hey, after
handle it like a pro, bro.
after last week after you got off there, I was on for just a few more minutes, and shit, my internet died, so it just shut the live off because I didn't have nobody else on.
We're out of here. Click.
Well, I guess we're done. Yeah, I made a comment like, "Yeah, I'm gonna stick around for the chat," and then boom.
Death traps. You're right. You are right about the big cities are death traps. Is that Gene?
Yeah, get out of them.
Is that Gene?
If you can, get away.
Big cities, yeah.
And especially
John. It should be Jean Paul.
Let me tell you something.
Paul Baptiste.
You do not want to be in a major city if conflict kicks off, because the first thing that's going to happen is the city's going to eat itself for survival, you know. And man,
how long does that take? A month? Does that take 3-4 weeks before it's really like? How long does that take?
I think you could have
walk us through the
timeline.
If they just shut the grid down,
yeah,
right?
You know,
chaos within 48 hours with a grid.
Oh,
down.
absolutely.
Yeah. But like, you know,
sure.
Militia, you would have militias and gangs and stuff running for sure, run the city within days, a week,
3 or 4 days. That should probably getting organized.
Like
they'd be getting organized within a couple of days.
Yeah, they would have everything walled off, and just like
I think it would take longer.
Fast.
I think it would take longer.
Longer?
How long do you think?
Okay,
I do. The reason why is because if the power goes down, let's say the grid and the power goes down, right? Power is going to be out 3 days before anybody really, really freaks out. You know what I mean? Because they're not going to have any information. How are they going to know that, something's going on? Yeah. Or is it just MLG and W just had a bad day? You know what I mean? Where are they getting their news from? Because I believe
it'd be when the last cell phone dies.
Exactly. Grid will go first. They'll send out the order through your phone. They'll put maybe it will be instant actually, yeah, it's going to be rough, man, if they go that route. My theory was always that they were going to have some kind of electronic thing go down right before the election that's going to disrupt it to where they have to cancel or postpone it. And I almost wonder if these burning drop boxes have anything to do with a plan to postpone or just, I don't know.
It's almost like they're hoping that World War III kicks off. That way they can postpone the damn election. Something else we're going to have to watch, because, I mean, if we are at an active war, they could push it back. That's the reason. I've
been waiting on some kind of bullshit, Ricky. Something. I'm waiting on it. What do they got for us?
Well, there's an October surprise coming, allegedly. Hillary keeps, and we've only got 1 day left. So what was the surprise? For Biden to say some dumb shit and call half of America fucking garbage?
It could be.
Diddy occurred early October, so it was, I guess, the Diddy tapes, or, I don't know.
I don't know.
I want to know what's going on with that.
It's
oh, baby.
This
you on the camera?
I don't know it's almost like they want, in one way, they're fighting so hard against Trump, but then the other side is like, it's like they want him to win. So like, like the theory of, the economy and shit going to crash next year, because like, once it gets to a certain point, or, especially if the petrodollar fucking falls on his face, like it, that way they can blame Trump for the economy crashing next year if he does get elected.
Well,
it's
it'll
pushing
be his
towards that, like
last.
because they keep
here-
they keep fucking up over and over again. They keep coming there saying stupid shit. Harris is on there talking about kicking people saying they love God out of the damn
I saw that.
places.
You're in the wrong. You're in the wrong convention.
Yeah, you're in the wrong convention, and then turn around and of course that Sunday she was at church, waving at people and shit like that. But like, oops, I messed up, and then Biden turned around here talking about everybody's garbage. It's like, what the hell? They're trying to act like he was just talking about Tony Hinchcliffe, but I kind of with Jon Stewart. Why was Tony at the MSG? Why would you have a comedian on what he does, at an event, knowing he's gonna pop jokes and talk shit about everybody like he does all the time, he's a roast comic. All right. Why would you have him there knowing they're gonna take any little piece of shit they can get their hands on?
Self-sabotage within the Trump campaign? Is it like
Right.
I mean, I know he's
self-sabotage. Is that the idea?
I mean, it seems like it. And then of course Harris right afterwards had a little thing coming out right afterwards talking about how great Puerto Rico is, and that's all they've been talking about. But he talked about everybody and as he always does.
Of course, she pulled a stunt too, where she pump faked, Beyonce right at her rally. They bait and switched her, pretended like there was going to be some music. There wasn't. There was like 2 words, and then like, here's Kamala, and people were leaving. Right? Isn't that?
They were booing. She couldn't even get
what
hold
she
of
had to offer for her rally.
Yeah, they were mad because they thought Beyonce was going to perform, and there was a lot of people upset on that.
Some music.
Yeah, I mean, that's all she's done to use the celebrities to get out there. That's why we had twerking, which has been a crazy year for politics. All of it's been crazy. You've had Hulk Hogan on there ripping his shirt on the Republican side, and then you got Meg Thee Stallion twerking on the Democrat side, and then Little John come out there, and then you.
Oh, it's all a show.
And now we got.
Did you
Undertaker
guys watch
and Kane
the
and,
Joe Rogan interview?
Now the Joe Rogan interview was pretty interesting.
I've been through quite a bit of it.
So
I've been through quite a bit of it.
What was you guys' favorite? Your favorite part? Your favorite part of that interview?
Well, I've not seen enough of it yet to give that assessment.
Okay.
He was just a back and forth, I guess. Just him and talking with Joe Rogan without all the crazy. Have you seen the interview? I tell you, the interview I like better than the Joe Rogan. Really, have you seen the interview with him and Tyrus?
Oh, I love Tyrus, but I didn't see that interview. No, I haven't seen it. I'll have to check that one out.
I'll see if I can find it.
Is it on?
I'm sure you can find it on
Tim,
YouTube.
Is it their podcast or is it on the?
It was just a one-on-one situation. And he was talking to him, and he actually made a comment about how he apologized to Trump because he didn't know what kind of man he was. And he said after the show on Fox, so was it Guthrie? Yeah, the Guthrie show. After that, he said Trump was in the back he was talking to Tyrus's daughter, who was like 10, about her horses, and was talking about all this kind of stuff. And he said he talked to his daughter for 20 minutes. If you saw them interacting, it would be like that was her grandfather kind of deal.
Right.
And he was making the comments about how he gave $100,000 to a charity for dogs just because his daughter-in-law loves dogs. He's like, he don't even like dogs really, but they're doing bad things. So he's like, he wanted to help. And he did Nelson Mandela. He actually gave him a plane to use to go wherever he wanted to because the government wasn't helping him. So he actually let him use a 727 just to fly wherever the hell he wanted to go. and I know he did. He's put people up, up in this hotel and stuff like that. So he was asking them. He said, "Why aren't these stories out there? Why aren't these stories the ones?" He said, "Well, I really don't." He said, "I don't talk about them because I just do them because I want to do them. I feel that's what I feel good doing." And so it's a pretty cool. Like I said, you get a chance to check it out. Hiker said her favorite part was, "I want to be a well psychiatrist."
Yes, I saw that. It's fucking funny. I love it. Look,
Yeah, John Paul said he watched the New York.
uh,
I watched parts of it. I can't watch. I listened to. I was me and JJ were at the park Sunday. That man's a monster. He was running all the way across the park. He put a parachute on his back, and we were running across the park, and he was doing laps with the parachute and shit.
nice.
Then we run I ran around the track with him. I didn't do the damn parachute. Damn that shit. But then we did heels after we got done doing mitts and stuff like that. We ran heels. We did like 15 laps up this hill. I did that with him, but that's about all I could do. Of course, he's got 20 years on me. That's still pretty good for 45 and running up them hill, and I wasn't too far behind me on the track, but I was listening. I had my headphones on. I was listening to the Joe Rogan and Trump, and he was trying to get. There were certain things he was asking questions on. There's certain things he couldn't say. He kept asking them about
It was
what
soft.
he thought about the first day and
It
stuff
was
like that.
soft.
But yeah, but he always talking about he weaves. That was
Yeah,
the funny part, the weaving part. He's like, yeah, I always weave, and then I always bring it back. But he was talking about the weaving part. But a lot of people don't understand he likes to weave. That's just how he communicates.
That's right.
And
I absolutely love it.
And
I love the weave.
We said before,
we're weaving right now.
Yeah,
I brought this up as a fucking weave.
For sure. I was like, I've said before, like I'm not the biggest Trump, but I give him respect to the point that he's consistent. You can go watch videos of him in the 90s, and he's saying the same thing he's saying right now. He's saying the same stuff. We need to make sure our financial stuff. They need to be paying their share. We shouldn't be paying for everything, which we've had forever. We paid, the UN, we pay for the UN. We pay for all that shit. And nobody else really chips in nowhere near what we pay.
Well, it's our duty.
I mean, that's part of the power we have. We want to have that, that power of army and empower that military industrial complex, so we can swing that hammer we want to. But it's still, that's of course that is a big part of that damn industrial complex.
Predictions for next week. What do we see happening on Tuesday?
I think he still wins. I think Trump wins.
Do we know Tuesday?
If they concede, if that's the biggest thing that you hear Elon and you hear Trump and you hear all them talking about. They want such a mass voting. They go out. There's like no way they can rig it. No, there's so much over 69%. That's the number? They want 69% of the vote. Which is possible. I mean, they've really upset. There's a lot of moderate. You got so many. You got like Gabby. You got Gabby coming over. To the Republican side. I can see her running. I can see her running and winning, truly, later down the line.
Random Twitter post I just saw. Did Kamala get a hold of the Diddy tapes? Is that why all of a sudden the celebrities are endorsing her? Great question, though, is why is all of Hollywood always endorsing Democrats?
Because they're all corrupt and put together. I'm sure there's probably footage footage of Obama and Harris and all of them up there. The damn Diddy probably, just like Epstein. And truly, there's, we always talked about it, and a lot of people have, and I know I have. Epstein. There was people over Epstein, and there's people over Diddy.
That motherfucker
and
was
so
an
like so how many
intelligence
more
honeypot.
little pawns are there?
CIA.
They're pawns in the whole situation. Yeah, they both did the same thing. They both videotaped everything. They both had all kinds of blackmail.
Yes.
And so who are they getting that information for? It wasn't just them. They were getting information for somebody or some group.
Them.
Yeah.
Them. They. Fucking A, right, Ricky. That's right.
Bilderberg or whatever. I mean, it's
right.
Yeah, I agree, John Paul.
I think it's what we usually say.
Or maybe it's aliens. Hell, I don't know. Damn lizard people. Lizard people. we can throw the conspiracy out there for sure.
I think they walk among us, bro.
You see some weird. You see some of them pictures. They look out there. And a lot of celebrities now lately,
bro.
You see like that
Demons,
new.
man.
You see Shania Twain the other day. She didn't look like that ain't fucking Shania Twain. You'll see all the celebrities standing right there, and they're moving like they're a robot. They're like I don't know. Maybe Star Wars Clone Wars is fucking real. I mean, it's.
Right.
It's, we know they they have actors and they got all kinds of like their mass technology is off the fucking chain. We know that they've been doing that since 60s and 70s and the 50s. That's just part of it. We know they have doubles and triples. Hillary had her double. Everybody does. For that kind of power, so they can. Get around kind of thing. But some of them are probably already gone and been gone, and that the doubles is the one that's in there. Why you see all of a sudden you see a 6'10" fucking Joe Biden walk around good, and the next one looking like he's about to fall over dead.
Oh, I think that's definitely real. There's definitely got some doubles going on there, man.
Oh yeah, there's doubles for sure. Got a gato.
El gato. All right, El gato. Mississippi gato. Brother, speaking of weaves, you want to weave something. All right.
Hey, let's do it.
My favorite
we
part
ADD podcast, baby. We are.
So this is antithetical to traditional ADD tendencies, but because we're going to go back to something we're talking about. And Trump talking about weaving things together during interviews. And I love the way he communicates. He communicates like a genius. People think he's dumb, and that's because they're retarded. They can't actually keep up with his stream of thought, which is not complicated to do if you also have a mind that works at this advanced, hertz or frequency. So, but what he said to me that I just loved was about the central casting, because every time he says that, I'm just reminded of how I suspect him of being a part of the grand play. And I'm so very curious what comes next, but he talks about the plane he was on. He said, these pilots better than Tom Cruise. I'd better put my glasses on if Trump's going to come to the podcast, but better than Tom Cruise, right. Central casting these guys. Pitch black, excuse me, it's pitch black. We're descending into the desert full of Hajis. There's no lights, not a single runway light. Look, let me be really clear for our audience. I love Trump. I've voted for him twice now. Probably going to vote for him again if I go on the 5th to vote at all. Mississippi will go red. So at this point, I'm so disconcerted and so disillusioned that I'm like, dude, do I trust Trump? A good friend of mine always brings up warp speed in the vaccines, and I say, God damn, that's a fucking lethal blow to his credibility. He appointed Fauci and a million other swamp creatures. Do I trust him to defend us against the New World Order? I'm not so sure. However, he's our best option, so that's what we go with if we participate at all. Some people don't want to participate at all in the voting with this false two-party system. So whatever, to each his own. But I loved how he said that. Central casting, it's like the best actors you could think about. Because honestly, as we've all talked about tonight, so much of this between Hulk Hogan and the fucking roaster comedian and Beyonce and Meg Thee Stallion twerking her ass, the whole goddamn thing is bread and circus. Both sides are horse shit. They're both beholden to their vendors. They should wear a NASCAR jacket that has their sponsors on it to show who owns their bitch ass, because they're bought and paid for. And that's where I'm at as a patriot. So when I critique Trump, goddammit, I need a motherfucker to say he's so far right, he's such a patriot that he distrusts Trump. Not such a bigot, not such a racist or any other stupid thing they might say, but he is such a patriot that he's not sure where Trump is. So I hope that was clear enough for everyone.
That's a great.
But it's all horseshit to me at this point. It's bullshit.
You know, we know that Hollywood and CIA are one and the same. It's all the propaganda machine. You know what I mean? So Donald Trump was a big part of that Hollywood.
Yeah.
You know. So
the music industry too.
Yeah, you know. Who's
the better part of me hopes he's not, man. But God, dog.
You know,
right,
I truly hope he's our hero. I truly hope, I wish that he were to be our hero.
I hope he is.
Is it true? Will it be? Will he even win next week is the question. My prediction, to get back to your thread, to your weave, Jamie, is he will lose, and we're going to see what the American people are made of, because in order to lose, they will have to cheat. I suspect they will cheat and declare her the propaganda organ of the left-wing party is the mainstream media, right? So they will declare her the winner, sir, next week. Get ready for that, and then we'll go from there.
Well, CBS already put out a.
I saw that shit.
You know, they already put out a thing saying that she'd won the state. I forgot what state it was, but she had already won the state already. Yeah, Pennsylvania. She'd already
get ready. The script is in. It's an hour early. Building 7 has collapsed. It will in an hour, but we'll go ahead and declare it to be so now.
Building 7 collapsed.
Speaking of weaving, sir.
And they don't even speak about building 6, but we won't know.
Bro, the fix is in. It's coming. They're gonna say she won, and it's bullshit. And so then what? That's where we're at 1 week from tonight.
Well,
I don't know. It's the possibilities there. I want to swing
nibble on my shoe.
Pull it off of here.
If I'm wrong, I'm going to take a little nibble of my shoe live on the air. I will pull this baby off and take a little bite of it. That's for Hiker, John. Hey, next week. All right, we'll talk about
it. Got it on a different level. What do y'all think about that some of the towns and stuff like that is finally pulling fluoride back out of the water after all these damn years?
I saw that.
Because it's bad. It's bad for you.
Man,
I still got my Four Horsemen shirt on, so I'm still dressed up now.
But character, bro.
But this has got warm.
My prediction.
The fluoride, that makes me curious. You know, like that's what's, you know, it's one of the things that's caused people to be, just go along with, and just rot your brain is that damn fluoride. You know, and it's something that's always been curious that no one has always made me ask questions. You know, and kind of it's like 9/11 started asking questions about with all the government and stuff like that. Fluoride always made me, because I'm like, this don't make sense, because I was always taught when I was a kid, well, don't swallow the toothpaste because the fluoride in the toothpaste will make you sick if you get in your belly. Well, why if I'm drinking water with the fluoride in it, how is that still good? It don't make sense, you know. Of course, I was a little kid, and wasn't nobody ready to listen to me and talk to me about it anyway, but it sure had the questions on my head that, why all of a sudden this is bad, but if it's the same product, it's good on this side and it's bad on this side. If you do this, I just don't make sense as
It's
always.
just a miracle that a byproduct of aluminum manufacturing could be medicinal when introduced into the civic water supply, Ricky. It's a marvel of modern engineering. I find it to be so wonderful that they could find a use for this otherwise toxic byproduct of engineering and industry. That's my position. Although I drink filtered well water, just full disclosure, I don't.
You're halfway to
fuck fluoridated water, bro. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear what you just said, brother. That's good. More people drinking cleaner because they're poisoning us. They're fucking poisoning us to death, brother.
And they've been, and they don't, it's like, and speaking of water, and stay on that subject, since this won't be too much of a swerve, like Flint, Michigan still don't have clean water to drink. That was back in Obama administration. Flint, and
that scandal broke.
And now that scandal broke. They still, to this day, do not have clean water. There was a reporter went out there, and he had there's nobody else talking about it but him. And they were trying to let him go back, and it's a big fucking scandal going right now because the town, to use the money, I think the mayor or whatever, they actually used the town and got a big ass fucking loan on the town for something else. And now they're in so much fucking debt. Now they got to pay it back. They're in so much debt they can't even afford to fucking fix the water because he got it on this loan for some other bullshit that's just. And now they're on the hook for it.
That is,
and they're over here fucking people are having their they got fucking gallons of water, taking baths with gallons of water, or they try to use the water and they got fucking all kinds of disease and rashes and sickness and like, man, come on with it. And of course they can't fucking sell their land because it ain't worth shit, because who wants to go buy a house at a place that you can't have clean water, so they can't even get away from where they're at. They can't sell it. It's and they won't let them get back on the other water line. Speaking of water line again, on another little ADD moment, did you? I know you listened good, Dave. Did you hear about Trump talking about all that water that they won't let pump down in here to the farms because I think one animal or something like that, and so instead they pump it down and they pump it millions of gallons an hour into the fucking ocean instead of pumping it down into the farms where it's dry and they could use it, for the forest fires, and it could pump down in California and down that area. He went up there.
There are solutions to these problems. That's right. There's a part of me, as I mentioned earlier, that is reticent to trust Trump, but there's a part of me too, and I'll be honest, that hopes that he gets on some strong shit and that we don't have the excuse of the Democratic courts and the Congress are stifling my ideas. To be honest, I hope that some of these brilliant ideas he gets really strong and really aggressive with, and that we fix some shit in short order so that there's no room for any bureaucratic bullshit or dance. You understand what I'm saying? And to be honest, man, if he gets in, I hope that we, the people, hold his feet to the fire and are aggressive and say, let's get down to business. We're really tired of all the ping pong, pitter patter, congressional back and forth. I know they would call that democracy, and what I'm suggesting, a threat to democracy. But I feel that we need to shore up some bleeding right now if this country is to survive this experiment beyond its 250th birthday.
Which that is the limit for empires, is 250 years. Most empires, that's about the time that they fall.
Hey, check this out. I just found this an hour ago. This news story broke out of Idaho. The Idaho Health Board, first in the U.S. to defy the CDC and FDA by removing COVID vaccines from clinics. Says Idaho Southwest District Health will no longer offer COVID-19 vaccinations after its board voted 4-3 last week to pull the shots from 30 locations where it provided the healthcare service. Interesting.
Bravo, Idaho.
Good for them. Good for them.
I'm going to eat
Well,
a
boys,
baked
it's pushing 11 o'clock.
potato
I got
in
to
the
bounce
honor
off this thing,
of
man.
Idaho.
All right. Well, we can. We're over almost 2.5 hours, so we can round this
Jamming,
up.
jamming.
We done it. Yeah,
Wrap it, baby.
We're rolling. Nah, well, let's see. Go down the chat here. We got John 5B been sitting there talking, good conversation. Jean Paul, I think he's already got off, but he put in some stuff. Hiker emoji, back again with Sweets. Both of them been doing about every week now. They've been coming on.
We sure appreciate it.
I know Sweets a lot of times she's at work and listening in the background, so she don't get to chat as much as she'd like to. But I know she's
got to
there.
do that work. Can't get caught up.
Yeah, gotta get paid. Gotta be paid. I appreciate y'all listening. Oh yeah, Wally on YouTube. If he's still here, he might be already on Jess's Escape to Simulation. Her live. She might already swapped over there, which I understand we did. We had Blake on Facebook commenting. And anybody else is kind of hidden in the background, kind of lurking. We appreciate y'all too. You know, we appreciate. Yeah, she said she gets paid to listen. There you go. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So I appreciate y'all listening. I appreciate Dave and Jamie for coming on here again and dressing up, and we having fun and talking truth and spitting fire as always. Make sure y'all like and share. Let people know we're here every Wednesday about 8:30 Central Time.
Allegedly.
We'll try about talking on this stuff, and we'll come on next week, and I guess
it's gonna be fun next week, boys.
See what we'll let you know what happened. I might go live on Tuesday night, whatever the thing going to fucking hell. But
I may jump on with you.
Yeah, I might go on live once I get done with the gym. I come on. It probably about 9 o'clock or so if I do.
Keep it
maybe a hair after. But we'll be here Wednesday and talk the carnage of what happened, the pros, cons, and what we think. And then finally, maybe we can start talking more conspiracy stuff. We'll have to take a break of this damn politics shit for a little bit because it's gotten old.
That'll be nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we got to get back into I need this election to get over so we can talk.
Going to our gym is going to Momentum this weekend in Little Rock for our 5-on-5 quintet match. We're on that. That's gonna be fun.
Brothers, yeah.
And then JJ's got his pro debut there in Paducah, Kentucky, the 23rd. Attitude is the 9th. Jamie?
Yep. November 9th.
There, it's not the Memphis Music Room no more. What's it called?
It's called the Coronet now.
And
the Coronet.
And then we got Daisy's got TFA on the 23rd, also same day. We tried to get JJ on that card and bring them guys that he's fighting down here, but they didn't want to come. So we'll just go up there and beat them in their own backyard. It'll be all right. It won't be the first time.
You got to do it.
So, that's probably on that. And we appreciate y'all. Like I said, make sure y'all subscribe if you haven't already. I think a lot of the ones are in here. They're for sure subscribe, and I appreciate them. Anybody listening, subscribe. And we got lots more good content, and we're going to keep on expanding and doing good things. So I appreciate y'all. And as always, y'all keep on keeping on. And peace and chicken grease. Y'all be good.
Holla.
Peace.
Well, I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Is my video is split in half on y'all's end?
It is.
Okay. I was just checking. Maybe it's not
it's
on the
half live
recording.
and it's fucking cool, kind of, because you got a jacket on in one. But yeah,
Yeah. I was like, oh, let me get here. Maybe I'm better. I can see it, but it's all good. Yeah, I appreciate y'all coming on and dressing up and
Absolutely, my brother. We'll do it again.
yes, sir. Had a
but
blast,
yeah,
brother.
But yeah, Dave, check out that Tyrus interview if you find it. It's pretty good.
No doubt. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll like
no
it.
doubt.
Roger
I
that.
like Tyrus.
All right, boys, I'm off. Peace in the Middle East.
Yes, sir.
Later, brother.
Take care, guys.
I'll see Ricky. I'll see you about this time next week. Might keep in mind Tuesday night if I'm free. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, we'll keep you in mind for Tuesday, Wednesday next week. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah. It'd be like I said, it'd be late because I know I'll be in the gym till probably 9 or so.
Sure.
So
Sure thing.
It'd be after
Awesome.
9.
Well, that might be a cool thing. Who knows? Well, thanks again, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Thank you.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later, bro.
Yes, sir.